Hey guys, today I want to talk about politics in the Philippines. There's a lot to talk about when we're talking about politics in the Philippines because there's barangay politics, there's American politics, there's the national politics of the Philippines, there's the mayoral politics. And the first thing I want to say before we even get into this talk, and I'm not just going to get into the political part, I'm going to get into another whole aspect of politics here that wrecks a lot of people's lives over here, I think, and it takes out the enjoyment of living over here too. But first I want to talk about this, that a lot of people that come over here don't understand when they come over here that the one thing you stay out of is Philippine national politics, barangay politics, mayoral politics. Never get involved with any Philippine politics. They don't like it and they don't want you getting involved. You do not donate money, you just don't get involved in it. Just stay away. When somebody asks you to get involved or to back a candidate or to go to a political meeting or a rally or something like that, stay away from it. Number one, it's dangerous. Number two, you're getting involved in something that you shouldn't be involved in, and also it can get you blacklisted here in the Philippines. Getting involved in politics can get you blacklisted here very easily. It can also get you into trouble over here. It can also even get you killed if you're not careful, and if you're doing the wrong things or you're pissing off somebody over here. Do not get involved with politics over here. That's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about is this. A lot of newbies and a lot of guys that come over here get involved with conversations where they start talking about politics over here. And a lot of the guys that come here, they come over here for the simple fact is that they're getting away from the United States because they're sick and tired of the politics back home. I, for one, when I first come over here, I was still interested in politics because I was back home. I still had that in me. I still had it. It was something I had to work my way through and understand. Hey, I'm retired now. I don't have to talk about this anymore. It's not something I can really change anymore. There's not something I can really do anything about from over here. If I do want to get involved, I can donate money, or I can still vote over here. But it doesn't really serve a purpose over here to really talk about it. Not only that, it causes strife between people. It causes a lot of aggravation between people, and it also just, it's not good for you either because it just aggravates people. It causes a lot of tension amongst people. It causes tension among group members. There's a lot of, one thing I learned over here is that a lot of Filipinos and a lot of Americans over here, Filipinos really don't get into politics that much, but also a lot of Americans also have this thing where, and they just don't want to talk politics because of the fact that they stay off it. They come over here to retire. They want to just kind of lay back. They don't get into the strife. They don't want the aggravation. I, for one, am one of the people that don't like the aggravation of talking politics too much at all. It's something best to stay away from. Politics and religion are the two things you don't talk about. And I think it just doesn't serve a good purpose either. When you're over here, you get yourself all riled up over nothing. One of the things I think about when I'm over here is that a lot of the people here, we have liberals, we have libertarians, we have moderates, we have Republicans, we have conservatives, we have everybody. We have all kinds of people over here from all different walks of life and all different political leanings and everything. And one of the things I found out was this, is it's easier to just get along with people than try to find out their political affiliation. A lot of people ride people because of their political affiliation over here. They won't be friends with somebody because they're a Republican or because they're a Democrat or whatever. And I'm not that way. I don't believe in it. One thing my father taught me was this. My father, as I was growing up and I was younger, my father was very political. He was a very strong conservative background. He raised me to be like that too. He was a very staunch conservative, Republican, Christian background, and I kind of grew up in that atmosphere. And my father kind of changed a little bit. He was still that conservative. He was still a Republican. He was still a Christian, but he kind of opened his eyes a little bit in that he saw the division out there. He saw that division out there, and I noticed people that he used to always talk about and couldn't stand, he started hanging around with them, and he took the good parts of those people, the good part of their personality, and befriended them and became great friends with people that I would never expect my father to hang around with. And he kind of kept this secret for a while, because he used to go over to Walden's Pond in Massachusetts all the time, in Concord, Massachusetts. And he had all these people over there that were, well, the majority of them were very liberal people. They were tree huggers and, people like that. These are the people that he really didn't like before that much. But he became friends with them, and he took the good qualities, and he became really strongly involved with those people and friendly with those people. He would invite them over the house to have lunch. He would have them come over to pick raspberries in the yard or whatever, because my father had a whole bunch of raspberries in his yard. They would come over to visit him. But the biggest thing that I found amazing was when my father passed away, all these people came to his funeral. They all came to his funeral. They came to his wake. And I was really thankful for that, because friendship goes a long ways. And when you have friends and stuff like that, you got to kind of overlook the bad qualities of people, in your eyes anyway. And maybe they're overlooking the bad qualities of you, which might be because you're a Republican, or might be because you're a Democrat or whatever. But a lot of people can't do that because of the division in the United States. And a lot of people that came to the Philippines here, they still have that in them. But we kind of, over the years of being here as an expat, I noticed a lot of people move past that. They kind of just start accepting people. And I want to talk about this today because a lot of the newbies that I see coming in here, they'll come up to me, because the majority of people that we get coming in here are conservative, they're veterans, they are probably mostly pro-Trump or whatever, whether you're pro-Trump or not. I mean, they just are. And we also get some Democrats, moderate Democrats. I would say the majority of moderate Democrats more so than the lefty Democrats. We also get those. But we all kind of mold together and become like one in most cases. I do hear in some groups, and I've heard this in some groups, that there's a lot of political strife amongst people, but I notice the newbies here, they kind of carry that strife from the United States, that division, and they still think it goes on over here where it really doesn't. And they start to learn that, wow, they don't talk about this over here. They don't want to talk politics. We might joke about it once in a while, but it's not our main topic like in the United States, where the main topics usually are. At least it was in Massachusetts, where I was from, and a lot of other people talk about the same thing from where they're from, whether it be down south, California, South Dakota, North Dakota. It's always politics, and it's always about the division going on in the United States. It's always about the garbage politics and stuff like that. And, when you come over here, if there's one thing I can say to you is this: retire, enjoy, put aside the politics. You're going to have politics going on in your neighborhood over here. Okay, and that's enough to keep a lot of people busy in the Philippines alone, is the politics in your neighborhood. I have it here. There's always been some politics going on in the neighborhood here. Always. The neighborhood, let's face it, gossip runs the Philippines. And it does back in the U.S. too, for that matter. I mean, there's always the gossip stuff that goes on. But in the Philippines, there's a little bit more gossip over here, and it can be brutal, okay? So don't think like you're not going to have politics over here. There'll be politics in your neighborhood, plenty to keep you busy. You don't have to worry about the politics back home. The other thing is, you can still vote. You can still be thinking about this stuff, but try to leave most of that political junk back there. Don't take it with you over here. Don't get involved in it. Don't stress over that stuff anymore. Stay retired. Pick up your hobbies. Listen to music. I used to follow all this political stuff on the news and stuff like that. I notice now I don't even tune into it. I don't watch it. I'll sit there and I'll listen to Art Bell or something like that, the old tapes of Art Bell on the radio through podcasts or something, or I'll listen to something else, and it's something I enjoy. There's plenty of podcasts you can listen to. There's other hobbies that you can have that will keep you plenty busy: music, movies, traveling, what have you, depending on how much money you have. But I would say stay away from the things that stress you out. such as roosters. There's a rooster over here crowing away. Usually this guy here is not around. He's usually over the other side. I don't know why he's over here today, but this is one of the mayor's roosters over here. They let him wander, and he comes over here to cock-a-doodle-doo in the afternoon. But anyway, guys, be aware that, try to stay away from that. Leave that political junk home for the most part. You can still vote over here. You can still get involved with politics and everything. You can still do that, but don't take it into your circle of friends. Stay away from that. Stay away from the religion amongst your circle of friends. It just, the religion, the politics, stay away from it, because it just pisses people off for the most part, unless they're religious people and it's okay to talk with them about that, or if it's okay to talk with about politics with those people. But usually politics is probably one of the worst subjects you can get into with anybody. And back home, I know a lot of people talk about it, and it causes a lot of hatred, and it can cause that hatred over here. Stay away from it. Focus on the good. Focus on the good in your friends and stuff like that too. I mean, there's going to be jerks. There's going to be idiots over here. We have the fake Navy SEALs over here. We have the bullshit artists, the idiots, the troublemakers, and stuff like that. And it makes up maybe 10 or 20% of the people over here, just like it back home. Back home it might even be a little bit more than that. Who knows? I don't know. It depends on where you're from, I guess. But anyway, guys, I want to discuss that today, and you guys can leave all your comments on there. Live life. Live life and live it happily. I'm just trying to say, beware of things that are going to bring you unhappiness over here. And that's usually one of them is, bringing up all the strife and political division from back home. Leave that there, wherever you're from. I don't care if you're from Australia. I don't care if you're from the UK. I don't care if you're from the US. Wherever, Europe, Denmark, France, wherever you're from, leave it home. God bless, guys. Take care. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave your comments on there today, guys. God bless. Take care.